All right, I'm back. I think can can everybody hear me? I think I did this right. I don't know if somebody can hear me. Let me know. I'm not even sure what I did, to be honest with you. Okay. Wow, miracles never cease. Well, I guess we got it. I guess we got it. Wow. All right. Well, what a day. If you knew the day. I was on hold today with Schwab for over 2 hours and 30 minutes because of a technical difficulty. So today has been full of them. So anyway, well listen, let's real quick get to let's get to trader psychology. And this is from my good friend Stephen Burns from the New Traders, Rich Traders channel over on YouTube. If you haven't come over there, come on over, apply to the group. It's a great group. It's a serious group. But let's see what Steve has to say. Bad traders are just like gamblers. Good traders act like little casinos taking good bets against those gamblers. So, what does that mean to you? There's a lot of different things that we could take away from this post, but the way that I look at it, there's only certain places I'll buy. I buy under value, I sell at value. I buy in value, I sell over value. That's how I trade. I actually look at the charts and I think, who in the world is buying from me at these levels up here? I can't believe it that they are doing it. And that's, how I look at this. I just feel like they're gambling at buying at those levels, and good traders are acting like little casinos and taking good bets. Good bets are buying in value, selling above value, buying below value, selling it at value, and then selling those things to those gamblers. So, in my opinion, it is extremely important where you buy. Buying under value, selling at value. Buying in value, selling over value. You just don't want to buy at value and then hit your stop back. You don't want to buy above value and then hit your stop back at value. So I hope that makes sense. And that's really how I look. I'm like, who is buying up here? I mean, it blows me away that people are actually buying at those levels. And I can tell you, most of the time, they are people that are really gambling at those levels, buying that momentum, thinking that momentum goes higher. And sometimes it does, but a lot of times it doesn't. So anyway, thank you, Steve Burns, for that. I appreciate it. It looks like Kamal's back. Love is Bob, Yavar, Sonny, Timothy. Oh, good. Love, Kamal says, yes, we can hear you. John is here. Good to see you, John. Loud and clear. Carlos says, we're back up and running. Quad says, back in. Wow. That was a trip. I'll tell you what, that was a trip and a half. I could not do anything. I had to force stop the computer, actually. So, all right, let's take a little look-see real quick. Current positions, see if I need to do anything different. AdVi bounced right at that 50% mark. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. It bounced right where it was supposed to. So this looks good. Looks like we have a 520 crossover today as well. I will be keeping AdVi. Alibaba, wow, huge reversal. Bob says those people buying from you could be covering shorts 100%. That is also 100% correct. Mamal is here. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. I remember you from yesterday, and I hope you're liking that course, my friend. And thank you for stopping in and saying hi. And if you have any questions for me today, please let me know, okay? So Alibaba, again, on the weekly, it is down, but recovered. That's a keeper. CLX, right at even, which on a day like today, I'm happy with that. I'll keep that. The Qs, of course, I am short the Qs. Had a good couple days. Hit a profit target there, 325.39, 315.50, and 314.13. This is on a weekly. I have moved more than 1.5 ATRs for my entry, and I have taken off 30%. If we get back to break even, I'll just get out, but it'll still be a profitable trade. Or it could go down and, you know what I mean, be even better. SPY had the loss on the overnight SPY trade, buying this again today at the close. And WSM, wow. Well, I guess I'll be keeping it now. It is profitable. What a comeback. Unreal. What an unreal comeback. That is just crazy. Okay, and I had a couple other positions up here that got erased when I had to force everything down. So anyway, I apologize for all this nonsense today. Man, I'm just glad we got this back up and running. I'm thrilled for that. I am just thrilled. All right. Does anybody want to look at any stock symbols, anything they're interested in that would like me to take a look at, get an opinion on? Big reversal day today for sure. All right. Well, let's take a look at the potentials here. I put AdVibe here again because AdVibe could be I bought it yesterday at 107.17, but it bounced perfectly at the halfway mark, has a 520 crossover holding the 50 RSI. If I didn't buy it yesterday, or if I bought half yesterday, I would buy it here today because the risk to reward is better. Timothy says, all has a cross. It has a 510 cross, but a 510 cross is not a valid cross. A 520 would be better. I don't know. I haven't back tested. I think I've tried to back test Allstate before. I haven't seen it. Yeah, big strong, but 2 big strong days up. I'm a little hesitant to buy after 2 big strong days up. But again, there really is no legitimate cross other than that 510. Sky 1187. How you doing, Sky? GILT. Gilead Satellite Networks. I don't see anything today, but this is really setting up potentially nice for a nice V2 tomorrow. We have the setup that we want. We have a pull. We're way up here. Don't want to buy up here. We pull back into value. That's the first requirement. We have 1 day sideways. We have 2 days sideways. We have today that thoroughly washes out yesterday's low. That's good. Tomorrow, if we have a V2 and can get a close above day one's close, which is right about here, then that would be a really nice V2. But as it is right here, right this second, it doesn't have a proper trigger for me. But this is something we should probably watch tomorrow because this is picture perfect of being above the value zone, waiting, being patient for to come back into value, sideways motion, washing out the low of the previous day and the low of the range. And if we could get a V2 tomorrow, that would be good. Lova says Tesla. Well, it's a 3335 RSI. Carlos and I were talking about this. This certainly went under the 30. I mean, we can actually even measure it. At the low of the day, it was at 24.99. So it did go under 30, over 30. Would I buy this here? I don't think I would. You could, where's the 30 RSI going to be tomorrow? The 30 RSI is going to be tomorrow right here. So, it is a pretty good risk to reward ratio. I'd like to see whether or not this would close above the negative third ATR channel. But my gut instinct on this is I don't think I would buy it. But if you did, the 30 is pretty close. but it's struggling right here at the third ATR channel. Let's look over on the weekly. Back in the value zone, right? Way better than buying up here, right? Smack in this value zone on the weekly is where it bounced. But no, me personally, I don't think I would. It's been super, super volatile. I think a lot of the move has already been made because, I mean, we got down to 622. So this has been a huge rally. I just feel like most of the move has made. I could be wrong. It'd be nice if we could get a V1 as well. Gary says, I'm happy for the comeback. I sold 4 different strikes of NIO puts yesterday, expiring this week. Was a little nervous this morning, feeling much better now. Was hoping to capture the theta crunch. Okay, so let's take a look at some potentials here. And I erased all my potentials when that happened. So let me go back through my little chart here. Where are they? Here we go. Box was one that I was looking at from Kamal's scanner. PTON was another one. Facebook is one. And Eli Lilly were my favorite. All right, let's look at box. Well, big, huge, I mean, bullish engulfing bar, crossovers, all sorts of stuff going on, but I just think the train's left the station on this one. I think it's just moved too far. I mean, what would be a good stop if you bought it? Well, the 200, but it's so far away, I just don't think it gives a good risk to reward. Somebody had a nice purchase down here at $16.95, but as it is right here, no, I don't see this. If it came back to like the 200-day, then you could get a better risk to reward. But as it is right here, no. PTON, okay. Carlos, you and I were talking about this last night. It did go under 30, over 30. It went under the negative third channel, over the negative third channel, and it looks like it has a V1. The open is the close now looks like it's above the open, so that is good. I still don't think I would buy this. If I did buy this, you know, my stop would be a close under the 30 RSI, but such a big move. I hate to chase such a big move. Facebook, boy, Carlos had a good buy yesterday when the risk to reward was good, but is the risk to reward good now? No, I don't think so. I mean, it's so far above that 200-day moving average, I don't think I would touch it there. Hey, it looks like you hit your second profit target as well, Carlos. Congratulations, my friend. I'm glad I was a part of that. Very nice. So, yeah, I would keep this if I owned it where Carlos did, but would I buy it up here? No, I wouldn't. Eli Lilly. I like Eli Lilly. We came down yesterday's bar, washed out the previous day's low, also washed out the low of the range here. This is this pink line. So came down here, set off all the stops there, rallied back up. Today we have a V2. Here's day 1, 2, and 3. Day 2 washed out day 1, day 3 closing above day 1's close. If I were to buy this, and I do like it, it's over the 50 RSI. It gives me a good risk to reward ratio. It's possible we could go back up to here. So the risk to reward ratio does make sense. This is my favorite one right here. My stop would be if it closed below 199.70 in the coming days. But I do like that we pulled back, had the washout bar. What I really like is that we washed out the low of this previous range. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly is a little high, but what I see on the weekly is we have the third ATR channel as support underneath us. Better to have it underneath this than above us. So honestly, Eli Lilly looks the best to me today. Lockheed Martin, pretty strong. Boy, that had a nice run, but that would from all the way back down here. EX, oh, these are yesterday's. Yeah, I don't have all the rest of the best ones. So I do like Eli Lilly. That's probably my favorite one right there. Box has a score of 33 on the scanner. That means lots of confluences of signals. But even though you have a confluence of signals, sometimes they've just gotten away from you and you can't really do anything. Let's see. Today, Fastly rejected the 250. It's still not able to get over the 30 RSI. It's kind of in purgatory. It's above the 250, but it's below the 200. I bet you it hangs in this range. I don't think I would do anything with that, Kamal. Carlos says, yes, I did. Thank you. I was super anxious for my first move, and it paid off. Excellent. Congratulations, says Gary. Gary says, thank you. I appreciate it. ISRG. You know, it's a V1. It's a false breakout, the downside from over here. But I would much, rather that it came off the 30 RSI or had a 200 right close below it. I'd rather see this move into the value zone, pull back and grab a higher low V1 or V2. Those tend to move up higher. These kind of things tend to just bounce. But that, it looks a little bit like a Kamal trade, but just not my style of trading right there, Kamal. So Eli Lilly looks the best to me. It looks like the best risk to reward ratio, everything considered. All right, we've got 5 minutes. So, buying overnight SPY trade, keeping my short on the Qs. CLX I will be keeping. AdVibe I will be keeping as long as it closes over 50. If it closes under 50, I'd have to get out. And Williams Sonoma made a huge comeback, so I will be keeping that for sure. So let me put Eli Lilly over here. Timothy wants to look at Adobe. Adobe's not bad. I like it with the rejection of the 200-day. The risk to reward's fairly good. I mean, it's not way up here like if you were buying Facebook, right? I mean, if we look at Facebook compared to Adobe, see how much higher it is, so the risk is much greater to the downside. But Adobe definitely has a better risk to reward ratio for sure. Let's look at the weekly. Rejected the -1 ATR channel, so that's not bad. Johnson said Tesla closing above 30 RSI. Oh, let's look. Yes, it is. It did reject the -3rd ATR channel above his resistance. So that would concern me. That would concern me. But, you know, if your end of day stops 30, then that is pretty close. You know, I mean, that's valid. You know, it is valid for sure. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and buy Eli Lilly. Right here. Okay. We have a couple minutes. Be interesting to see what everyone does today. Well, this seemed like the fastest podcast ever. So we have 1 minute and 15 seconds. Apple's not bad either, everyone. With the close over the 100-day moving average here and the -3rd ATR channel, that's a confluence right there. It went under 30, over 30. Honestly, that's a pretty good one too. Yeah, I like this Apple trade. As a matter of fact, that's probably, besides Lilly, that's one of my favorite ones right there. Because it gives that nice support of the 3rd ATR channel and the 100-day moving average right there. That's a pretty decent trade on Apple right there. Really is. All right, well, that was interesting day. Talk about interesting days. Holy smokes. All right, let me see where I bought everything here. I bought the SPY. At 387.50, and I bought Lilly at 202.48. All right, so I bought Lilly today at 202.48. With this nice false breakout to the downside in V2. And then SPY I bought at 30.87.50. Okay. So I kept Ad Vibe because it held the 50 RSI and held halfway of the washout bar. Baba, big comeback. I am long from the weekly, but down on the trade. CLX is right about even on the trade, keeping it. SPY, bought the new overnight SPY trade. William and Sonoma hugely surprised me by getting back to even positive on the trade. That's amazing. That's a V1 and a false breakout to the downside, but yeah, interesting. And then Eli Lilly I bought with false breakout to the downside and the V2. And now it says trying to reconnect. Well, that's not good. Maybe that will resolve itself here in a minute, hopefully. All right. So listen, if any of my students have any new entries or exits today, this would be the time to put them in the chat. I'll get them all updated. Hopefully we won't have any issues. But before I do, I just want to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I teach a really good course. It's 15 hours, 5 sessions, 3 hours apiece. I teach you everything I've learned. I teach you all the setups that I use in my trading that I've used over the last 25 years. When you're done with it, I know you're going to be a better trader. So if you have thought about it, considering it, just send me an email. Email's in the description of this video. You can also send me a message on Twitter and just message me and say, hey, Greg, interested in your course. I'll write you back and say, let's set up a Skype call. And in the Skype call, I just want to talk to you, find out more about your trading, your goals, your challenges, and it's a good time for you to ask me questions about the course as well. All right. And then also, just real quick, I do have a new online course that's available on Udemy. It's very inexpensive. It's about $13. It's my deep dip buy stock trading strategy. It's almost 10 hours worth of video, PDFs. It's it's a very, very complete course, black and white, step-by-step course on how to trade the deep dip buy method, and I use it all the time. So there's a link in my description. If you go to Udemy and find it and it's like $100, don't buy it. Wait till it's on sale, because Udemy always has it on sale for 12, 13 bucks. But you can just use the link in my description there, and I believe it's on sale now. So I have got some really good feedback from it. So, if you're not able to do the one-on-one course, I think that's the second best thing. And then if you like today's podcast, even with all the technical glitches, I would really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It does help build the channel, helps keep the channel around, and lets YouTube know that there's some valuable content here. All right, so let's see. All is out of oaf. Okay, so Kamal is out of that. The flush got him on that. Out of car. In Facebook. Along with Carlos. And I'll just put the closing price there. In Apple. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Good risk to reward ratio there. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. In AB Vibe, a half a position. And Lily, 1/2 a position. All right. Done and done. David says, hi, Greg, a little late. Currently traveling. Did you keep the queues? Yeah, I've been short the queues since Friday, Dave. I traded it on the weekly. So, yes, I still have it. I have hit 3 profit targets so far on that trade, which is pretty good. Hope you're traveling safe, my friend. Yeah, I like that Apple trade right there. I really do. It's very good risk to reward ratio. Let's take a look over at the weekly. Yeah, right smack in the value zone. David is also in. Okay, very good. All right. Well, anybody has any other questions or wants to update me on any other symbols, please let me know. And hey, as far as you getting back to the podcast, did you just see the link that I put up on Twitter? Or I'm just wondering if somebody could explain to me how they got back into the new podcast, because I don't know how that works. Maybe it just showed up on YouTube. I guess that's probably the most likely answer right there. Wow, the NASDAQ down 67. I swear I saw it at the high 400s down. Unreal. YouTube channel and homepage. Yeah, I was just waiting on your channel and kept refreshing. Just showed up on YouTube. I got through YouTube. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. All right. So let me do this real quick while I have it handy. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction, by Martin Kornfeld. Let's try to go out, do something nice for somebody today. Doing one nice thing for a human, doing one nice thing for an animal really would make the world a lot better place if everybody would just do those 2 small things. They don't have to be big, just a little something, little kind gesture, little kind voice, help them out, the animal or the human. They would appreciate it, and it will be good for you as well. So, wow, today was technical difficulty issue day. But I mean, I was on that phone for over 2.5 hours just waiting on hold, listening to the same recorded message. I thought I was going to go crazy. Quad says, I am out of WSM. Okay. Oh, I didn't have you here in the first place. Sorry. Got out of Ollie yesterday. Okay. All right. So everybody's out of Ollie. And you are in Lily. Okay. Good to have Quad back. And Tesla. All right. Well, close back above the 30. That's good. Just make sure you respect that 30 level. At least that's how I would approach it. Good luck with that quad. All right. Well, again, everybody, I apologize for that. I've never had that happen. I just literally couldn't do anything with my computer. I couldn't copy, I couldn't paste, I couldn't close anything, I couldn't do anything. So hopefully it got it out of its system, and hopefully tomorrow will be a little smoother. But I'll tell you what, I like the Lily trade, and I like the Apple trade. For David and Kamal, I didn't take it. I just took the Lily, but yeah, they're both good. Both really good. All right. Well, I think that's it, everybody. I appreciate you coming. If you could, on the way out, hit the thumbs up button. I would really appreciate that. I really, really would if you found something helpful today. So, oh, yes. Did I not say hi to Yas? Hey, bud. Good to see you, my friend. Appreciate you being here. So, all right. Well, we have the experience of the podcast crashing in the middle, and I guess there is hope to get it back up if that ever does happen again. So, have a good rest of your day, everybody. All right. And wow, what a day. What a day. Hopefully, we'll see you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity.